Can you all hear me on Microsoft Teams now?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm going to disconnect on the phone line.
Okay. All right. Good morning, everybody. This is the Telecom Policy Committee for November 6th, 2024, and it's 9 a.m. and we'll open the meeting. Introductions.
All right, when I call on you, please state your name and who you're representing for the record. Chair Fletcher.
Mike Fletcher. I'm representing Oregon APCO NENA.
Member Antoine going to be here with us. Member Ash.
Sheriff Ash, OSSA.
Perfect. Member Bell.
Good morning, Gary Bell. I represent the Oregon Association of Chiefs of Police.
Member Hamilton.
Brandon Hamilton, representing Oregon Fire Chiefs Association.
Member Griffin.
Rhonda Griffin, representing APCO NENA EMS.
Member Joyce. Member Joyce, can you hear us?
I can now, sorry. Sean Joyce, representing Oregon State Police.
Thank you. And then Member Juarez.
Good morning, Member Juarez, representing Telecommunications.
And then for staff introductions, I'll go first. Juan Lopez, DPSST.
Erica Riddell, Criminal Justice Support Specialist, DPSST.
Melissa Langbacho, DPSST Case Coordinator. Kathy Fink, DPSST.
Captain Kelpine, DPSST.
Jennifer Howell, DPSST. Brandy Pitt, DPSST. Cindy Park, DPSST. Jennifer Barrio, DPSST.
Sam Tenney, DPSST. And Bill Steele, DPSST.
Thank you, everybody. I made an error here. I forgot our regular admonishments. So this is an administrative announcement. This is a public meeting subject to public meeting law, and it will be digitally recorded. Deliberation of issues will only be conducted by the Telecommunications Policy Committee members unless permitted by the chair. Remember to always state your name for the record. For cases dealing with denial or revocation, only information contained in the staff report can be considered once the staff report is adopted. Assumptions, outside knowledge, or personal experiences should not be included in any discussion. Individuals who engage in disruptive behavior that impedes the official business will be asked to stop being disruptive or leave the meeting. Additional measures may be taken to have disruptive individuals removed if their continued presence poses a safety risk to the other persons in the room or makes it impossible to continue the meeting. So thank you for letting me do that. Also, I'd like to, it's unfortunate that Rhiann Thurber is not here this morning, but we want to acknowledge and to give our thanks for her participation in this committee for the last several years. And so again, thanks Rhiann. A parting gift, take-home version of DPSST will be sent to your home. Thank you. So I'm looking for approval of the August 7th, 2024 meeting minutes. Hopefully everybody had an opportunity to review those. Hard to do consensus remotely.
Yeah,
but
Gary Bell, I move we approve as presented.
Thank you, Gary. There's a motion. Is there a second?
Rhonda Griffin, second.
Thank you. It's been moved in second. Juan, we'll do the vote.
It's just a consensus vote.
Okay.
So if there's a consensus from the committee, we can.
Any objections? Hearing none, we have a consensus. Thank you. Administrative closures consent presented by Melissa.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good morning, Chair and Telecommunications Policy Committee members. The department prepared an administrative closure of a professional standards case for the committee's review. The closure memo is on a consent agenda for the committee's consideration. The department is seeking a vote from the committee to approve or return the case with recommendations. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Is there a motion?
Gary Bell, I move we accept the report as presented.
Thank you, Gary. Is there a second?
Sean Joyce, second.
Any discussion?
All right, we are voting on a motion to approve the administrative closures. Chair Fletcher,
Aye.
Committee Member Ash,
Aye.
Committee Member Bell,
Aye.
Committee Member Griffin, Member Griffin,
Sorry, aye.
Committee Member Hamilton,
Aye.
Committee Member Joyce,
Aye.
Committee Member Juarez.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Just sitting here moving through my instructions here. We have another case. Melissa?
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Melissa Langbacher for the record. Mr. Chair and Telecommunications Policy Committee members, the department opened a professional standards case for Scott Carr during a routine screening at the time of his separation from employment from the Bay City's ambulance. The department identified a criminal disposition for theft in the third degree that occurred in 2013 that had not been previously reviewed or reported to the department. A review of the records revealed that in May 2013, police were called after a Walmart loss prevention worker witnessed Carr placing items from his shopping cart into his jacket and attempted to leave the store without purchasing the items. Carr pleaded guilty to the charge of theft in the third degree, misdemeanor conviction. The department found that Carr's conduct violated the board's moral fitness standards for dishonesty and misconduct. Carr was deceptive when he had intentionally attempted to conceal items and leave the store without purchasing them. And Carr violated criminal law when he obtained a criminal disposition for theft in the third degree. The department is seeking a determination from the committee to affirm, modify, or negate the department's findings. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. So we'll open up the case for discussion. A reminder to everyone to state your name and identify any aggravating or mitigating factors. Is there any input from the committee?
This is Brandon Hamilton. I think an aggravating factor is the fact that it was never disclosed or reported. And the fact that it was almost 10 years old.
Gary Bell, I agree with that entirely. I didn't see any information within the body of the report that indicates whether that was a policy with his agency or not. I suspect that there was probably some type of a work rule that required that. I know in OAR it was required, whether he knew that or not, but I feel like that it's, his due diligence. I mean, he went through a criminal proceeding, was found guilty, and he never told his employer. I find that aggravating.
Noted.
I agree with the assessment.
Travis Ash, I
No.
agree.
Say no, Juarez, for the record. I agree with the aggravating. A mitigating factor in the report is once he is approached by asset protection and the officer, he does disclose that he committed a crime and is cooperative for the investigation.
Thank you. So confirming there is consensus on the identified factors.
I have as aggravating that Melissa Langbacher, for the record, have for aggravating that he never reported or disclosed the arrest or criminal disposition after 10 years, and that he was required to report the information but didn't. And for mitigating that once approached by law enforcement, he was cooperative with the process.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
So open for discussion about whether there is a moral fitness violation. Remind members to follow the options of the moral affirming as accepted as is, modifying, make changes, or negative, remove all. Any discussion?
Noah Juarez for the record. I would move we accept what was found in the investigation, both dishonesty and misconduct.
Thank you.
Gary Bell, I agree with that. And if that was a motion, I second.
Perfect.
Thank you. So it's been moved and seconded.
We are voting on a motion to affirm the moral fitness violations. Chair Fletcher,
Aye.
Committee Member Ash.
Aye.
Committee Member Bell,
Aye.
Committee Member Griffin,
Aye.
Committee Member Hamilton,
Aye.
Committee Member Joyce,
Aye.
and Committee Member Juarez.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you. At this time, we will move to agency updates.
We need to.
So,
We need to pull the time.
You have to do the action or action. You have to take action.
Right.
next page.
Yeah. Sorry, Chair.
Be looking to us for a recommendation of action or no action. Is that what we're talking about?
Thank you, exactly. So call for a motion to take action or no action. Any discussion?
Ms. Brandon
Gary
Hamilton,
Bell,
I'll move that we take action.
Gary
Thank
Bell,
you.
I had some discussion, if it's okay. I just wanted to ask if I missed it somewhere. Is this individual still employed in a certified position, or did I understand that he is no longer in a certified position?
Melissa Lang-Botcher for the record. He is no longer employed in a public safety professional position.
Thank you.
So we have a motion. Is there a second?
Gary Bell, I'll second the motion.
Thank you, sir. Any further discussion? Hearing none, call vote.
We are voting on a motion to take action. Chair Fletcher,
Aye.
Committee Member Ash,
Aye.
Committee Member Bell,
Aye.
Committee Member Griffin,
Aye.
Committee Member Hamilton,
Aye.
Committee Member Joyce,
Aye.
and Committee Member Juarez.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you. So now we move on to discussion and motion regarding the amount of ineligibility period. As a reminder, length of ineligibility should be included, why the specific timeline recommended. The ineligibility period can be any length of time that falls in the minimum and maximum range. Misconduct, misuse of authority, 3 to 10 years. Dishonesty and discriminatory conduct, 3 years to lifetime. Is there any discussion and or a motion?
Noah Juarez for the record, and this is a question, I guess. From what I'm reading, it looks like in cases of misconduct, the standard is 3 years to 10 years. And for dishonesty, it's 3 years up to a lifetime. Is that correct?
That's my understanding and looking to staff.
Kathy McAlpin for the record, that is correct.
Okay.
Gary Bell, further discussion. Understanding that we have found both dishonesty and misconduct. And I feel like the weight with the aggravating circumstances that we discussed earlier, I personally feel like it's probably something more than the minimum of 3 years. But then I also am sitting here thinking about the fact that this occurred, in 2013, and at least for the record, we don't have anything, any indicators of misconduct that have come to us in that period of time since then. So they're just factors that I'm thinking about in terms of what might be appropriate.
Any further thoughts? Is there a motion?
This is Brandon Hamilton. I agree with Chief Bell's sentiments, and with that, I'll throw a motion on the table for 7 years.
So motion on the table for revocation for 7 years. Is there a second?
Gary Bell, I'll second that motion.
Okay, moved in second. Any discussion? Call for the vote.
Right, we are voting on a motion for a 7-year ineligibility period. Chair Fletcher,
Aye.
Committee Member Ash,
Aye.
Committee Member Bell,
Aye.
Committee Member Griffin,
Aye.
Committee Member Hamilton,
Aye.
Committee Member Joyce,
Aye.
and Committee Member Juarez.
Aye.
Motion passed.
Thank you. Now, we can move to agency.
Thank you, Chair. Kathy McAlpine for the record. Again, I too, on behalf of DPSST, want to thank Rhiann Thurber for her contribution and commitment to the telecommunications, but I also had the privilege of sitting with her on the applicant review committee, which she was always a reliable attendee and participated, so she will be missed. But with that said, you know, I just want to bring it to this committee's attention that, one, we will need a, can help solicit to fill the vacancy of the telecommunicator position on TPC, but also in this committee, if we could perhaps get somebody to volunteer to be on the applicant review committee. And I'm happy to talk a little bit about that. The commitment for that is once a month, we try and review those pre-employment before they're getting into the academy. If they've had any type of criminal arrest or anything in the moral fitness, the applicant review committee takes a look at that and says whether or not there is a moral fitness and really gives the okay to allow somebody to attend generally a basic academy or that lateral entry. It's usually online because there's not a lot of volume, and at times we do have to cancel because maybe there isn't anything on that month. So compared to the committees, it's a lighter lift, but it is still an extremely important one for us to make timely decisions of whether or not we're going to let somebody sign up or attend their basic academy. The only requirement is that they're in their second term on TPC. So, Chair, if there is anybody who would be wanting to throw their name in the hat, we'd greatly appreciate it.
Thank you, Kathy. Of our committee, though, the bench is light for second terms. So, is there anybody that's on their second term that's interested? Hearing none, I will throw my hat in, at least temporarily.
Thank you, Chair. That is extremely, and if the committee, if we could just get your approval for Chair Fletcher to sit on the applicant review on behalf of the Telecommunication Policy Committee, we'd appreciate it.
This is Brandon Hamilton, so moved.
Gary Bell, if you're looking for a second.
Thank you. With that said, we do have a little bit more updates, and I'm going to turn it over to Kathy Fink.
Thank you, committee. It's Kathy Fink for the record, and I just want to share with you some of the activities of our team that have, I think, benefited the telecom community. We had an opportunity to go to the APCO conference in Bend in September. 3 of our team members did a presentation, answered a lot of really good questions. We took away some good feedback, and hope we get that opportunity again in the future. Additionally, some of the kind of research internally that DPSST has been doing is kind of looking at the telecom classes and how full they are. And so one of the reports out we wanted to share is that our last 4 classes were not full. And some of that is for various reasons, to include people being pulled from agencies right before the academy starts, which then doesn't allow time for other agencies to follow their contractual rules, reorganize their schedules, and get people here at a quicker date. And then trying to think of other reasons. Did you have any?
No, just, it was just a situational awareness.
It is.
When we add a class, and again, granted, timeliness is important, but to run a class half full is not efficient, both in resources and time. And so, you know, anything that we can do better to get that out, but also looking for some assistance on maybe filling those, if you do have staff that do need to get that certification, please sign them up. Brandy handles all of that. She's available at any time to answer any questions, let you know how many slots are available, and answer any questions that you may have.
And Kathy, again, one more thing I can kind of add for you is our May class was 2 slots were not fulfilled. And then there was an ask for us to add another class. One was added in June, but it only ran with 11 out of 24, so 17 slots short. July ran 2 slots short, and then this October class is 4 short. So right now, January is full, and February is full, and Brandy is starting to schedule into May. There's, and Brandy can probably speak to this better than I can, but she does a lot of movement. It's like sometimes agencies will say, hey, I need to move my people from here to here, so maybe some February slots are going to be moving to May, which will then open up that. So you'll probably get a lot of phone calls from correspondents asking for people to be moved. So it's handy if you could be flexible to allow us to have those spots full. But if you have any questions, please let us know. Our expert is here too to answer those.
Anything we forgot? And if there are no questions, then I'd like to turn it over to Deputy Director Bill Still for any other further agency updates.
Thank you, Kathy. Bill Steele for the record. Thank you, Chair, members of the committee. I really appreciate that topic being thrown out. It really stretches us then when we try to put those classes together and then they end up not being full. We're really trying to be strategic on how we schedule classes into the future to make sure we're meeting the demands of all of the disciplines. So whatever thought and consideration you could put into that would be very helpful for us. It just allows us to maximize the use of our limited staff. The only other update that I would provide for the agency as a whole is we're just kind of working through our budget process for the next biennium. We've submitted our requested budget to the governor's office. That office will release the governor's recommended budget on December 2nd. So we're anxiously awaiting that to see what will be included in that recommended budget and then carrying on into the legislative session. We have some important things in that budget, anywhere from our learning management system, additional staff that we need on our campus and throughout the state regionally, and then the footprint of this campus, what it could look like in the future. So important discussions and decisions will be made in the months to come, and we'll be keeping this group and others involved in that process. So that is about all I have, unless there's any questions about what we have going on the campus.
Thanks, Bill. Any questions from the committee? Hearing none. Thank you, sir. Thanks, Kathy.
Yeah, you're absolutely welcome. That is all we have for you. Just making sure nobody else had any updates. Julie, anything we're good? Okay. Nothing, we're good? Okay, Chair, we are completely, you are updated.
Awesome. Just a reminder for everybody, our next meeting is February 5th at 9 a.m. Same channel. And with that, we can close the meeting. Thanks, Juan.